I used to do events in cowboy bars where there were better fights in the audience than were going on in the ring I was in, you know? So it's like I'm always one to walk into the fight, but yeah, that was a melee. That was a melee for sure.
Can you like explain? Do you remember that?
I feel like you were ready to go if you had to.
Listen, I don't want to sound like the toughest guy in the world, but I mean, you know, whenever you deal with something, you
You
have
could
to
be a
deal with it.
scrapper. Yeah.
I mean, I remember there was an after party one time. I forget the number of the UFC. I was talking to Tank Abbott, and Wally Ishmael, all of a sudden, he walks over and just throws a overhand right into Tank's face, and all hell breaks loose. Everybody's just brawling, going at it. So I get my back, because whenever you're in a group fight like that, you want to get your back against the wall. You don't want to be in the middle. You want to make sure you're only looking at three areas. You don't want to have people coming up behind you.
Mm.
And I remember one time, one of the fighters turned around. He was, getting ready to throw it. He goes, "Oh, sorry, Bruce," and then he goes back into the melee, right? All these little things. Then the fight ended, and Mark Coleman burst through the front door. The double doors, ready to just take on everybody. But the fight's already calming down. There's been a lot of situations.
Who were some of your favorite fighters from like the Spike TV era?
Rashad Evans. I mean, I always enjoyed Stephen Bonner. Forrest Griffin always brawled like crazy. You know, and let's get down to basics. I mean, you take great fighters like Anderson Silva, Chuck Liddell and George. They weren't the ultimate fighters, but they were all fighting during that period.
Mm-hmm.
Every period, there's just a whole array of fighters.
Yeah.
You have fighters that come into the UFC, as like you could say probably about boxing too, that rarely have what they call the it factor. Those kind of fighters come along every few years, right? So like Patty Pimblett has the it factor, right? Conor McGregor has the it factor. Ronda Rousey has the it factor. She basically helped make female mixed martial arts. George St. Pierre had the it factor. That's why when I see fighters and they do their interviews, and the way I always say, listen, the mark of a fighter is not just how you fight in the octagon, it's how you handle yourself outside of the octagon, in interviews and everything else. You got sponsors that want to come at you and throw a bunch of money at you. So don't be dropping F-bombs all over the place and putting fingers in the air. You're gonna push away certain potential sponsors you can have, and keep it classy. I mean, if I was a fighter, I could build a fight without a single curse word. And if I curse, when I do say that, you're gonna know I mean it. Right?
Yeah. Well,
Instead
I
of
agree with
throwing it
that.
out 25 times during a speech.
Yeah.